someone say that they are gluten-free. As someone who is gluten-free, I have said this many times. Many people think that gluten-free is just a diet fad. However, that there are people that have serious allergies to gluten. Today I will inform you about gluten, gluten allergies, and how to eat without gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat that nourishes the embryos during germination and contributes to the elasticity of dough. There are two proteins that make up gluten, glutenin and gliadin. Gluten is not just found in wheat, but also barley, rye, and other crossbreeds of grains. It is the second most consumed ingredient only after sugar in the American diet. Gluten is found in lots of different foods, anything containing wheat germ or wheat bran, as well as white and wheat flour. White and wheat flour make up many pastas, breads, cakes, and other dishes. Gluten is also found in non-food items, including color dyes, some medicines, and most surprisingly, envelope seals. Cross-contamination is when something with gluten touches something without gluten. This can happen in many different places. One such place is restaurants. When a cook cooks something with gluten and doesn't change his gloves before touching something without gluten, traces of gluten will be found on a gluten-free item. The same thing can occur in factories when one machine produces something with gluten and the same machine produces something without gluten later. Many people who consume gluten have an allergic reaction to it. Celiac disease is a common gluten allergy. It is one of the more severe allergies, and it's an autoimmune disorder where the immune system attacks the small intestinal lining and causes digestive issues. Over 1% of Americans have celiac disease. Non-celiac disease is a similar allergy. However, when patients are tested for celiac, they come back negative. However, when they consume gluten in their diets, they still have symptoms like inflammation inside and outside of their body. They are also asked to not consume any more gluten. Dermatitis herpetiformis is a skin gluten allergy. When these patients consume gluten, they have an itchy rash over their body, and they also need to avoid gluten. Finally, the most severe gluten allergy is gluten ataxia. When patients with gluten ataxia consume gluten, their immune system attacks their nervous system and brain. And this is very rare, but very dangerous. So these patients must avoid gluten to avoid further damage on their nervous system and brain. When people find out that they have a gluten allergy, they often worry how will they eat without gluten after having eaten gluten their entire life. However, there are many options at grocery stores and restaurants. Alternative flours are available for sale, including rice flour, coconut flour, and many nut flours. Also, gluten-free oats are available for gluten-free granola bars and oatmeal. Many things are also naturally gluten-free, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, rice, and quinoa, which is a popular pasta substitute. Today I informed you about gluten, gluten allergies, and living without gluten. Many people suffer from gluten allergies, so the next time you hear someone say that they are gluten-free, you will know what gluten is and what allergy they may be suffering from.